Alright everyone, welcome to the channel, Cowboy Trades here. Let's talk about the next move for GalaGames. When are we breaking down? What are my price targets? Diving into the lower time frames on the daily. My last video, I highlighted this price target right down here at 4 cents approximately. We were predicting for a 50% drop, and as you can see, we finally come down in the past couple of days and we've hit this price target on the head. Why have we been targeting this region? Well, let's zoom back to when Gala first started trading. We're looking at this over on KuCoin, one of the earliest exchanges that did list GalaGames, and as you can see, there's really not a lot of data traded around here, and we're going to talk about that in the volume profiles in a second. But for now, this is your only support. There is a really thin layer of volume around here. There was not many buy orders, not many sell orders. We didn't spend a long time here, so I do expect us to immediately have a knee-jerk reaction, pulling us all the way down to my next price target, 2.1 cent. When did I mention this price target? Well, you can go back and see I've been calling for this for months. I first mentioned this round about May. I think this was May 11th I lined this up, and we were calling for a 77% drop. Now, if you go back to my previous Gala videos, they were laughing at me. They were laughing at me when I said Gala was going to lower price targets at 7 cent, 5 cent. We're now all the way down at 4 cent. I do have some comments to respond to. If you have left some bearish comments, I will give you 24 hours to delete them. Nonetheless, since I first started talking, well, since the last macro bearish prediction, we're down about 55%. So RIP, it looks like we've got more continuation. Once again, the next level down after we do break this floor, and I'll talk about why we'll immediately knee-jerk down in a second. The next leg to the downside from where we are right now is a 50% drop. From the breakdown of the 4 cent level, it's going to be about a 46% drop. So why do I say we're going to have an immediate knee-jerk reaction as soon as we lose 4 cent? I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight, but within the next week after breaking 4 cent, why do I think we're going all the way down to 2 cent with absolutely no price targets in mind before we reach that level? Let's head over to the volume profiles. Now, I love using these volume profiles. These show you the main areas where people are actively buying and selling in the market. These show areas of interest, points of control. As you can see, the main point of control is this red line right here. This is where the most amount of Gala has previously been traded. If we remove this, you can eyeball this. I mean, the VPVRs basically tell you what you already know when you look at the chart, but it is nice to have the approximate calculations of where the data was traded. But as you can see, this region right over here was where the most amount of data was traded. What happens when you lose these points of control? Well, let's go to the top. As you can see, there was a very thin layer of buy and sell orders over on the fixed volume profiles to the left side of the screen. Now, when this happens, when you have a super thin layer, so for example, right over this entire section is super thin, right over this entire section is super thin, and all the way down here is super thin. Look at what happens when there is no volume traded, when there's no volume profiles around these regions. You have these knee-jerk runs up, brutal runs back down. You just get these knee-jerk reactions. It does not chop slowly sideways and accumulate. You have these brutal, I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but knee-jerk reactions. That is the best way I can describe this. We are just brutally going up, down, up, down, up, down. And then you can see we come down to areas where there's actually volume traded, and these are accumulation ranges. You bounce between these ranges. Sure, it's very choppy. Gala's an altcoin. It has a relatively low market cap. It's very volatile. But with this, you can see when you find these VPVR zones, you're likely to hang around these levels for a while. When we broke down from here, you can see there was a absence of volume traded right around this zone. Let's highlight it. You can basically see this is a chasm into hell as you lost the point of control for this volume profile. Right here, you can see point of control around about 2.3 cent. As soon as you started losing this accumulation range, boom, it was a knee-jerk reaction all the way down to 11. So I mean, how big was this move after you lost the point of control? Not measuring it from the high, measuring it from the loss of point of control. Literally within a few weeks, you dropped 48%. So these are absolutely nothing to play with. But let's move down to the next point of control really quickly, then we're going to wrap this video up. You can see the most amount, like I said, most amount of buy orders, sell orders, most amount of interest in the market was right here, round about 8. And this is why quite recently we pushed up to about 7.3. We were trying to push up to this point of control, but buyers just got exhausted. So right now we're seeing what happens when buyers get exhausted and bears step back into the market. But what happened after you lost the point of control? Well, as soon as you lost the point of control here, you can see, I mean, well, we lost it here, and this was an absolutely brutal capitulation. 65% in one day, and that's measuring from the loss of point of control, not measuring it from the top of the wick up here, which was, you know, a 74% drop in one day. So these can be absolutely brutal, my friends. On top of that, you can see the floor was here. This is where all the candle body closes were, beautifully on the 786 Fibonacci, 4.67 cent. We lost it. What happened? Well, you lost the point of control when you broke beneath that floor as well. What happened when you lost this point of control down here? Do I need to go on? It's very, very simple. Look at this. You lose the point of control and you have these knee-jerk reactions back down to lower levels. If we zoom in on the VPVR, the visible profile ranges, you can see this was the cluster that we've just lost right at 4.1 cent. We've just come and retested this. I expect lower levels to come very, very soon for Gala. I don't know if we break down today. I don't know if we break down tomorrow. I don't have a crystal ball. But what I do know is if we do have a daily candle body close beneath this 4 cent, look at the volume profiles, my friend. Fill in the blanks. We are going down to much lower price targets mentioned at the start of this video. The next area where there's open interest in the market, traded support. Like I said, very thin floors around here, but this is all we've got to keep our eyes on right now. 2 cent. I will see you there, ladies and gentlemen. I'll keep you updated as we head down to 2 cent. I will reevaluate the markets. I'll let you know. Do I think 2 cent is the bottom? Do I think we're going lower? Like I said, we take these step by step. I'm not calling this for the bear market low. I am calling this to be the next move to the downside. See you there, my friends. As always, Cowboy out. Peace.